Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to walk you through step by step how to take an existing window opening, shrink it down, reframe it to accommodate a new window size. Come on, we'll take you through step by step how to do it. Okay, so we're in our space, and as you can see, Ben is here.
Cleaning?
He's cleaning up the existing openings to allow for our new framing. What we're gonna do here is we had an existing window opening, okay? And our client decided that the size of the window was no longer gonna work for the new application that they wanted to employ here, okay? So this becomes an office. There's gonna be a desk, a low desk here. Okay, the desk is gonna wrap around, and as you can see, if you can envision a desk coming right here, the desktop is going to be in the way of the window or in the window framing itself. So the solution there is to keep the existing window opening width, but shrink the window down to accommodate a new desk built-in that runs all the way along. So this is a common application in like built-ins, or if you're running into a situation where, you know, like in a bathroom, for example, you want to add or shrink a window to accommodate like a shower application or a tub application. This is a very beneficial video for you. First thing you do when you have an existing window and you want to take it out and install new framing to accommodate the new window is we've got to take the window out, right? So our guys came through earlier and chipped. There's stucco on the exterior of this residence. They chipped the exterior stucco around the existing window. They pulled the nails and the screws around the window flange, okay? And then they carefully removed the window. It's as simple as that. It's a three-step process. Chip the stucco, pull the screws, and remove the window. Now that the window's been removed, we pulled everything out of the way. You could see some of the older insulation methods, which are now outdated. What we'll do is we'll take the existing framing, we'll clean it up, right? We'll take a chisel, flat chisel, or screwdriver, or putty knife, anything like that to remove all this existing foam to allow for a nice clean application for the new window to go into. Ben's in the process of cleaning it up.
Pardon my rich. Pardon is a French word. Pardon is a French word.
Pardon. Yeah. And let's talk about the existing framing materials or existing framing members and how they're going to be affected and how they're going to work into our new framing application, okay? So what we've got here on the bottom is a sill, window sill. Standard framing application is usually a double 2 by sill, so there's probably one more right beneath it. There's probably a double sill here. This is your sill. And then the boards on the side, these are called your trimmers, okay? So window sill, trimmers, window trimmers. On the top, this is your window header. This piece of wood here is what's holding the weight above it. What we're gonna do now is the window header and the window width, the window trimmers don't need to move. The window that we ordered, the new one, is gonna maintain the existing frame opening. Head height's gonna stay the same. We're not gonna adjust the head height. We're not removing any structural wood components here. This is really just what we call filler framing, okay? We're editing the framing to accommodate a new application. Structural header stays, trimmers stay. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna raise up our window sill.
Foam in French is mousse.
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 Like a dessert, a mousse.
Exactly.
All right, so first thing you guys want to pay attention to when filling in your window is what is the size of the window, right? So we've got our existing opening. We know that the width is not going to change, but we're going to raise up the bottom, the sill. The windows that we ordered for this space to accommodate the new desk are a 42-inch window, okay? The rough opening is 42 and a half. So what that means is we need 42 and a half inches from top of header, which is where we're at right now, down to our top of our sill, our new sill that we're gonna create, okay? So that'd be the first thing we do is we come down from the top and we just mark 42 and a half, all right? That is the top of our new sill. Everything works down from there. So in this application, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 2 sill plates. Each one of these is 1.5 inches, 2x4. These are 2x4 walls. As we come down from here, we're gonna come down 3 inches. So we have 2 2x that we're gonna put our sill on. When you add 2 2x together, for whatever reason, it doesn't become 3 inches, 1.5 inches, it becomes 3 1/8. Why, I don't know, but it does. So we're gonna factor in 3 1/8. Okay, that's where our 2 2x are gonna go, okay? So we've got our double sill, and then underneath our sill comes our cripples, our bottom cripples. How many bottom cripples we're gonna need and the size of them, I'll tell you right now. So if you look right here, I'm measuring from my bottom sill up 14 and we'll call it 1/8. All right, 14 and 1/8. That's the size of my bottom cripples. Bottom cripples. Ben's gonna cut me bottom cripples right now.
How many do you need?
I need 3 of them. We need 1 on each side, and then we need 1 every 16 inches, okay? So right here, 16, so I need 1, 2, 3. While Ben's cutting those, I'm gonna measure my top sill. So I measure from my trimmer to my trimmer, and the measurement, as you can see, is 23 7/8. We're using a pneumatic air framing gun, okay? With 16D 3 1/4. These are 3 1/4 inch framing nails. Now we need 2 sills for Ben, 23 7/8. All right, so now that we've got our pieces of wood cut, let's go through step by step how to install them. So we've got our bottom cripples. Each one of them go, like I said, 1 on each side, and then we have to have 1 at 16 inches. You could put it in the middle, you can put it here, but sometimes it's just easier to put it at 16, so. 1, 2, 3, let's fasten them. We're gonna use our gun, and we're gonna keep our fingers away from the gun so that we don't, injure them. But basically, I'm gonna put 1 toenail down into the from the new cripple down into the existing sill, and then I'm gonna use my hand and my fingers to feel and flush out with the outside, okay? And then I'm just gonna sink 2. 1, 2. All right. Now that it's set, add 1 more. Do the same thing on the other side. Feel the outside and make sure that it is in line. 1, 2. Add 1 more. The middle one is a little trickier. You don't have anything to nail up against, right? You're gonna kind of want to hold it with your fingers on the back side. You're gonna kind of want to feel the outside edge there. What I like to do, I like to take the top of it and put pressure down on it so that when you fire the nail into the bottom of it, it doesn't move over too much. Because what'll happen is if you're not holding it and you're holding it like this, as soon as you nail it, the board's gonna want to move. All right. So I like to kind of get it where it needs to go. Put some pressure down on it. Engage the trigger first, and then fire. All right. Now you can see we're right on the line. We're gonna do the same thing, putting pressure down. 1 more. Boom, that's it. That's all you need to do. The bottom crippers are nailed. You wanna make sure your fingers are out of the way. You have safety glasses on.
Correct.
And you have somebody standing here watching you just to make sure you're doing it right.
Correct.
All right, now we move on to the next part of our fill-in framing, which is our sill. Ben was so nice to cut our sills, which we said we needed them at 23 7/8. Before I put these in, I'm gonna put them down here. I'm gonna mark where this bottom cripple is. I'm not worried about the sides because we know where the sides go. Sides are already nailed. They're not gonna move. But this guy, you can see, he's flexible, right? So instead of having to measure over, I'm just gonna set my board down. I'm gonna mark where it is, the edge of it. And I'm gonna make sure that that mark is indicated on this side. Then I'm gonna take my square, which is a triangle speed square, okay? I'm gonna scribe that very easy. And then I'm gonna put my board in. All right? You'll find now, once we put the board down, all we need to do is take knock this over, knock the cripple over to where the line is, the line that we created, and now we know everything's perfectly square and straight. And
Very good tip. And there is another option to do that, right?
okay. Do you need a pencil to do it?
No.
Okay.
You just put your speed square next to the block
Like this?
and on top.
On top?
So you know exactly that you're square.
Yeah, that's another option.
Another way to do it. What
In either case, you're using a speed square, right? Right? So we're using it to check that, using it to square line. So our sills end hasn't been nailed off, but we want to make sure we're flush. As you can see, I'm feeling right here. We want to make sure we're flush with the outside, check it with the inside, make sure we're good both ways. And now we nail it off. Ben's going to show you guys how to nail off the sill.
Same application as John did earlier. You're going to put 2 nails per cripple. Here. 1, 2. Don't angle it, just go straight down. 1, Let's go.
Now that that's nailed off, we're gonna put our second guy in. But you can double check here now before we do that. Remember, this is where we had to be originally. That was the mark that we made for each other. Okay, now we're gonna add this other board to it. You should be pretty close to that number. Remember, it's rough framing, doesn't have to be perfect, but you can't be over. We definitely don't wanna be over. Make sure it's down snug. Now, before I nail it off, I usually like to measure, right? Now would be your chance to fix anything if it's not right. But we wanna be 42.5, right, in the clear? And we have 42.5. So that means that the new window that we put in here is gonna fit. Perfect. So that's it. I mean, that's essentially it, right? So we took an existing window opening, right? It was big. We wanted to put a built-in here, a cabinet, right? So we could work. In order to do that, we had to take the window out, buy a new window, and then reframe the existing opening to accommodate the new window size. This window's been reframed now, we're all ready to go. We simply did a little bit of math. We took our new rough opening size, which the manufacturer gave us, okay? We measured down from the top and then worked all of our dimensions down from there. Simple framing methods and standard application required 2 sills, okay? 2 window sills, which we have, and then our bottom cripples, spaced maximum 16 inches apart. It's as simple as that, right? So now we're gonna repeat this process all over again because the window that we're putting in here is the same size. And we're gonna do the whole process over again so they both match. Very good. All right, guys, so these are our 2 windows, mirror image of each other. We closed the openings off and raised up the sills by some simple math and some simple framing techniques, okay? So it's a very simple application to take an existing window size and shrink it down to accommodate a new window. So now we're just waiting for the windows to come in. Once they come in, we'll install them, and then we'll add our drywall, and you'll never even know that they were a different size. So great step-by-step process as far as execution, very simple to do. Anybody could really do it. You just gotta take your time, do a little bit of math, and make it happen. So if you guys like these framing videos, let us know. There's plenty more content to come. We really enjoy doing it, and we're grateful for you as a subscriber.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys.